So lots of new stuff: carb cleaner, brake fluid, gear oil, and normal oil, air filter, the big one, small one still needs to come. The oil filter, this is for the brake fluid, little tool I got myself, see how that works. So new tires, fluids, just waiting on a few parts for the brakes, they should come in today as well. Alright, got a fresh new oil filter here, and I filled it up with oil already. I've been told that's clever to do because it doesn't really, well, it's a good thing to do. So there's a little bit of oil already in there. Let's connect this. Okay, so it's been a week and a half waiting for parts to come in for the Honda, which has been standing here all that time, and they finally came in. So it's a really nice goodie bag of stuff, which is all over here. So new fuel filter, new seal for the rear brake, the air filter unit that disappeared, a fresh spark plug cable, a new filter screen for in the tank, and piston seals for the front brake. So this is what I've been waiting for a week and a half, and I think mainly this took forever, the fuel thingy and this filter. And this filter goes right on here, and let's mount that. So put this in, the filter, and it's buried right underneath here. As soon as that's done, I can put the rebuilt carb back in and get that hooked up, all the wiring, all the cable stuff. When that's done, I can put all this stuff back, which is on top of it. Put the hoses in. This is for the air box over here. I turn my attention to the brakes, which are over here. Front brake, dual piston, rear brake, single piston. So this is the carb. I haven't watched a video on this yet or anything, but I think I can work with this. So of course we're going to look at the float bowls, which is over here and over here. I'm used to working with carbs like straight up next to each other, like the CX500 and everything I've done basically, and this one's like twisted. So that's a bit different, but in the end they all work kind of the same. We'll take off these tops as well, clean those out, and these sides as well. They have got a name which I've forgotten right now, and I'll put that down here. Take those out, have a look at the plunger thingies that's inside here, if they look okay, if they're not torn or anything. See if I can get some jets out and blow those out, and the channels as well inside this carb. There are, let's see, the idle mixture screw, which is over here on this side, and here on the other side. I'll take those out and see if what they look like or anything is up with it. I don't think there's a real problem with this carb, but it's probably just like a bit dirty. The oil that the fuel that came out was like rust orange. There was rust in the tank, so, and it's been sitting, so that's what I saw. I'm not going to take it apart. I'm going to keep it together as a whole and then stick it in the ultrasonic and go from there, I think. So for now, I'm just going to take off the float balls and see what I find. Alright, so that's the inside of the float ball, which is orange. Yeah. So that's the rust from the tank, probably, that was inside the fuel, and that's been settling down here for quite a while, because this is definitely rust. It's like Donald Trump's face, Trump, basically, but inside this float ball. Alright, way down there, just this thing here with this bracket, that's the filter that's back in, and these are the lines we need to connect up again. First I'm going to put in the carb, and I cleaned this a while ago, so let's put this back in. Next up, a new spark plug cable. Very nice. So you guys know my luck, and I was putting on this bracket for the gas lines, the throttle cables. This one was fine, this one to put it, and the other one, which is a bit tinier, it snapped really fast. It's a really thin aluminium special screw, and it's over here. So luckily I was able to get this little piece out. I had to drill in a small hole, and I kind of was able to wedge in a tiny screwdriver, and was able to turn that out. But now I'm left with this. Now I don't want to wait to order this a long time. I will order it later, but for now I found this screw that has the same thread, and I've put on these little bolts, just little ones like this, because the original one has a open bolt there, so you can screw on like a little protection plate, which is not essential, but it helps to keep the cable clean. So my idea is to, like you see, I'm going to put 3 of these together put a weld on them, and then the thread is obviously going to be all the way through. I'm just going to chop off the top and then turn this down, and I should have some sort of replica, so just going to have a go at that, and hopefully it's a quick fix. Okay, so that's the final piece. So yeah, fingers crossed this is gonna work, but I think it will. Okay, I think it worked. Just over there is my makeshift thingy. It's holding the plate because it needs to, this guide needs to go on it, as you can see. So let's put that on and then it's done. Okay, so that worked. Yeah. And that is the hose disattaching. I could do that like that, so that's a good choice to do it here. And it's out. Looks pretty good actually. I'll just flush the system now with some water, and I'll go and get some new stuff for this. So some new coolant.
I gotta pee now. I gotta pee now.
So I just want to show you what came out of the tank. This is after 2 days with vinegar. It came out of that tank. So there was plenty of rust in there. Still need to get a lot of it out, but that's gone. Cool. Well, this is just a fraction of what came out, but just look at this. It's all rust. Third rinse. Now it's improved, the tank, the inside, with the vinegar. I didn't use any bolts because it's really hard to get those out, so I'm trying not to use that. I'm going to do a second step, and I'm going to have this thing in electrolyzers for at least 48 hours, I think. I'm going to do the tires tomorrow and refit everything, so there's plenty of time to do that. So I'm just going to fill up the tank with water completely, add salt to it. This is the same stuff I used to sandblast the engine on the GL500, and this is just nitrogen carbonate or whatever it's called, and it helps with the electrolysis. So I'm going to dunk a load of this in there, and then add a battery. So my setup is complete. Again, I've pushed in the rod there, which is at an angle, it bends in. Made this isolated holder for the positive side. It goes over here. Positive side of the battery. And there's the negative over here on this pipe, which is nice and clean. So that breather hose pipe thingy. And I've got my charger ready also. But first let's attach this to the ground, and then you'll see it start to bubble probably. You can see the bubbles in the video. So we're going to leave that for, I don't know, 24, 48 hours. As long as I can keep it there. And it's going to do a lot, I think. Yeah, it's quite an endeavor here. Put these posts up because this thing's elevated on the hoist, and I could see the roof kind of buckling, so just made sure. Now it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so the carb is back in, the spark plug cable, the new one is back in, and all the lines and stuff are connected again. So next up is this brand new lovely fuel filter. So unfortunately this strainer sieve thing from the fuel tank is gone, so I had to replace that. This was actually 50 euros nearly, including shipping. So that's a bit of a shame, but it does need it because of all the rust in the tank that's still there, for a lot less of course, but it's still there. So one thing I really want to change is the fuel filter on the bike, which is buried over there somewhere. So you can actually see it. See, this is the fuel line, and it's just over there, just underneath. Now there's some sort of clamp, I think, to keep it in place. So I hope I can undo that. Well, I got it. It's a bit fiddly, but it's out. Just have a look at this fuel line. Oh, I think it's okay, but just keep an eye on that. I'm glad this is out. And it was on like that, so just remember that. Cool. So this is the old one, the new one, and I need to transfer this holder from the old to the new. As you can see, this is pretty yellow, and if I look inside, I don't know if you guys can see that, it is full of rust, completely full. And always make sure you have the marking correct. There's a little mark here where the fuel goes, so it goes that way. So that's how you should mount it as well. Alright, let's put it on. Next is this one, the old fuel thingy. This is a new one. And of course, the de-rusted tank. I had some 2-stroke oil in there to protect it while it wasn't filled with fuel, and I rinsed it out with old fuel, so now it's ready to accept this new fresh filter thingy. And this goes in here, I think. Alright, 50 euros. Fresh new battery, fully charged. I get this thing in and out. It's really hard actually. Don't know why. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is inspect these calipers. Now this particular Shadow has a caliper at the back, so no drum brakes, but a caliper with a disc. Gonna take that off and drain the fluid from that. Have an inspection on the reservoir over here, which is for the rear brake, and of course we're gonna do the front brake, which has its reservoir over here, and the caliper, which is just one actually, with a dual piston, which is hanging over here. So I'm gonna take that off, inspect it. And I've actually ordered some new seals for both of these calipers, just to get it nice and safe, because braking on a bike, I've been told, is pretty important. So I'm not going to bother you with any videos on how to do this. I'm just going to take this apart and we'll have a see if anything weird happens. Was it necessary to do this? Well, look at all the crap that came out of this line. So I think it was. I still think I would like to replace these brake lines at some point, but that's not up to me. So this is the color of the brake fluid that came from the front caliper, and as you can see, it's really orange. I'm guessing it's really old. We'll find out soon enough, but it's a good thing this came out, because it should be a little less yellow than this. It's like, well, like morning piss when you've had a really rough night. Well, good thing it came out. Let's do the back one as well. I'm sorry about the noise in the back. That's the ultrasonic cleaner cleaning the carb, but this is the front caliper and this is a rear caliper. As you can see, I've already taken them apart, and it's a good thing because they are really dirty. And I don't know if the light's correct, but there is so much stuff inside these. Maybe I can do it like this. There's so much crap inside of those, as you can see. So it's a good thing they came out. I have ordered new seals for these, so that's 2 sets of seals for this one. I'm going to clean it. The rubbers look pretty good, so I'm just going to leave those. I'm going to reuse those. And the brakes, they look pretty good as well. You can see these lines. They're pretty well. They're pretty deep still. So as soon as these lines, so this one and that one and that one, if you don't see these anymore, then they're worn. If not, they're still usable. And this is the rear brake caliper. See if I can do it like this. And as you can see, it is full of like, it's almost like jam, really. Jelly. So that's a good thing also, that it's gonna come out. And I've got a new set of rings for that as well. Also, these rubbers, they look good. The pistons on all these are still very good. They came out really easy. Easiest ever, I think. And these pads are not worn at all. So get these cleaned up, wait for everything to come in, and put everything back together. But a good thing, I'm glad I made this decision to do these. Again, brake lines, I want to change those. So it's like a cover for the brake caliper thingy. So the rear brake line goes from the caliper over here all the way over here, and then it moves down over here, and then it comes into a push rod thingy. I guess if I push this, it's going to squirt over there. Let's see if it does what I think it should do. Oh yeah, it's coming out now. Pump this out as far as I can go, and then we'll put new stuff in there as soon as I've got the caliper cleaned up and ready to be put back on. Okay, I've got the front brake on. All new seals in there, nice to clean up. And I'm just going to bleed it with this bleed thing. You see how it works? This is a valve, so it can't suck up air back in, so you should only push it out. And we'll see how that works. Got some fresh .4 brake fluid, and let's see how that works. So there's fuel in the tank, and let's see if she runs. Okay, so as per usual, when I finish a project, I hardly film it because I'm so involved that I didn't finish filming a lot of it. I've already run this bike, and I'll just start it right now to show you that it runs. And this is without choke. Sorry, here we go. That's pretty cool. I did have a few runs with it before I did this, but still a bit of smoke coming out of it. I think it's from the oil that I put in the tank to prevent it from rusting. Put 2-stroke oil in there. That's probably what you're seeing coming out of it. So it just needs to get a proper run, like a full tank of fuel, get it nice and hot, and then I think it'll turn out pretty good. So yeah, bike is done.